Hello guys, today we are making Boston cream pie. I was all over the place. I even forgot to add vanilla extract, but thankfully it turned out great at the end. First thing to do is to make the pastry cream because it has to cool completely and set. I have some heavy cream and whole milk here. You can totally use whole milk or a combination of both like I did. 60 grams of butter cut into 4 pieces or as many as you want, 6 egg yolks, vanilla extract, some cornstarch, flour also works as well, and some salt. Oh, sugar too, totally forgot about that. Heat your milk or half an hour on medium heat until simmering. While that happens, combine your egg yolk, salt and sugar until smooth. Add the cornstarch or flour and whisk properly. Make sure everything is properly incorporated. We do not want any lumps or dry pockets. You should have a thick mixture. What we want to do now is to temper the eggs. By raising the temperature of the eggs gradually, it will protect them from cooking or curdling when it is added back to the pan with the other ingredients. So you gently want to pour in some of your hot milk, a little at a time while stirring. Transfer back to the stove to cook until it thickens and continue stirring constantly about 5 to 7 minutes. Take it off the heat, combine your butter, whisking properly until it is fully dissolved. Then add your vanilla extract. So I learned this trick from Preppy Kitchen. Instead of letting your cream sit in any random bowl in the fridge and then piling it up when it's time to assemble, you get a tin, ideally the same size as the one you will bake your sponges in, line with plastic and pour your cream in it. That way it will set in this form and all you have to do is just layer them. Now I'm not sure pouring hot food on plastic wrap is the healthiest thing to do, but oh well. Cover with another piece of plastic and make sure it touches the surface of the cream because we do not want that skin thing to form on top. The sensible thing to do may be to let it chill for a bit before putting it in the fridge. I did not do that and I do not know what that means. Now that we have gotten that out of the way, let's make the sponge. I saw this cool way of cutting out parchment to fit a round tin. I tried and tried, but my brain wouldn't let me. You know what, I'll just stick to the pencil way for now. So as usual, grease the tin, then put the parchment and then grease the parchment and around the tin. Measure out some flour and combine salt and baking powder. Always have a cup of coffee handy so you can put the excess milk in it. For the sponge, we need some sugar, butter, milk, whole eggs, flour, salt, baking powder and vanilla extract. First thing to do is to combine your sugar and wait, I need to heat this up first. Combine the milk and butter and pop in the microwave until the butter is completely melted and you have a rather hot liquid. You can equally do this on the stove. Now back to the sugar. Add your eggs and whip until it goes from this to this, about 4 minutes total, with your mixer on high. It will take you longer if you use a natural mixer, aka your hand. Add your hot buttermilk mixture and whisk. From this point on, you do not need the electric mixer. Once everybody has gotten to know everybody, add your dry ingredients. Whisk until just combined. Your batter kind of looks like pancake batter and will be bubbly. I am using a cup to get equal amount in each tin. I got 3 cups each. Bake in a 163-degree preheated oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. Always check anything you bake for doneness before bringing it out. I remembered immediately I put my cakes in that I forgot to add the vanilla extract, so I took a risk. I brought out my cakes, stirred in the vanilla extract while in the tin and then popped it back in the oven. I was worried about it sticking and just messing everything up, but this kind of looks pretty normal and they have pulled away from the sides and that's a good thing I guess. Let them cool completely before assembling. Again, I forgot to get heavy cream for the chocolate part, so I had to rush out to get. Weigh out 120 ml of heavy cream and chop up 113 grams of dark chocolate. Heat the cream in the microwave, pour over your chopped chocolate and let it sit covered for about 5 minutes. Bring out your pastry cream from the fridge and get your cakes. And now it is time to bring everybody together. 1 layer of cake, the pastry cream. See, I didn't even align the cake properly to begin with. And this pastry cream, I did not align as well. I did not align properly. I could have just easily assembled everything in one cake tin before turning it on the plate. Well, after some coaxing, trimming and plastering, I managed to somehow make it look decent. The second sponge goes on, more smoothing, and we can have the chocolate on top. So this thing is kind of too loose. I don't know what happened, but I am blaming the cream. At this point, I don't even care and I'm just going to add more chocolate. I don't think anything can go more wrong. It is still quite warm and it should melt this other bit. This looks more like it. Pour your chocolate glaze and smoothen it out. I tried to let it drip nicely, but it ended up looking like a mess. Now we have to wait at least 2 hours for everything to set nicely in the fridge before we slice. you have to be patient, okay? The first time I made it, I was not, and it was pretty messy. The reward of your patience is a cake that cuts nicely and a cross section that is very pleasing to look at. It tastes really good. I know I say this almost all the time, but you have to try this one out. The vanilla extract I added last minute did not ruin it, thankfully. The cream is rich and decadent and provides more moisture to the sponge because it is a little bit on the dry side. The chocolate glaze is the icing on the cake, or pie, I guess, both in the literal and figurative sense. It makes everything better. It isn't too sweet, and really, Boston cream pie looks more difficult than it actually is. And as you have seen, it is quite easy to make. Just don't make the mistakes I made. I have sliced them up for you, so enjoy. See you next week. Bye.